And today we're going to take a look at yet another Sears Lobo. One of my favorite all-time Sears Lobos, actually. The original Sears Lobo. The very first Sears Lobo. That's right. Directly out of the mid-1980s. This was one of the first radio-controlled cars that I ever had as a kid. And it was one of my favorite. So today we're going to check it out. Okay, so before we go out and race the Lobo 1, let's take a good look at it. Just give it a once-over here so you can see what it's all about. This is the Lobo 1. It is the first of the Sears Lobos, which were NIKKO race cars that were rebranded for Sears and sold under the Lobo label. This is a very sleek, vintage model, mid-1980s. And it is beautiful. It's an absolute gorgeous car. And it is very, very fast. And it is just, in my opinion, an absolute classic. It has the spring shocks, front and back. Classic bumper here. It's got the frame for the bumpers. Nothing in the back, just the motor and gearbox. But you can see here we also have the plastic chrome looking headlights and roof. Absolutely gorgeous, and an extra large antenna. So this had a very good range when in use. Now let's flip it over. For the underneath, you have pretty standard fare here for a vintage car of its day. You have the wheel alignment, you have the lock for the battery compartment, your on-off switch, and of course your transmission here for low and high gear. Now, something important about this car, it's all double A's. It is a lot of double A's, so we're going to check that out. Okay, so I have opened up the battery compartment, and as you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double A's. But wait, there's more. There's actually 2 more going this way underneath it, so it's a total of 8 double A's. So this is a battery-eating beast, especially in the 80s. So if your friends had a car with a battery pack, they were better off because this does kill the batteries fast. But it runs well regardless, but battery packs are always easier. Now, this did have one exception, is that it was also rechargeable. Now, it didn't have a battery pack, but it came with this little power adapter. And what you would do is you would plug it in here. Plug it in right there. And if you were fortunate enough to have double A's that were rechargeable, and back in the 80s, rechargeable AA batteries were very expensive, and they didn't last real long. They were not as good as running an Energizer or Duracell or any other kind of alkaline battery. So it was a beast eating batteries no matter what. But you did have the more economical option if you could afford it, and that was use rechargeable AA's, and it would plug in right here. It would take about 24 hours. Okay, and now that we're sealing that up, the battery compartment, just to show you here, again, it says 1986 NIKKO. So again, it is a Sears Lobo. It is Lobo branded. Everywhere it says Lobo, but it is in fact a NIKKO car. Now, to control this wonderful machine, you have a stick controller. Now, you have low gear, high for turbo, and reverse. And then left and right. And this red one here is the 27 megahertz model. I believe the 49 megahertz was black in the Lobo 1. So, having said all that, I think we'll go check it out. But one last thing. Steering, you have to be going forward or reverse to get the wheels to steer. So that is one drawback that the Lobo 2 changed, and if you watch my Lobo 2 video, you will see why. So let's go run this and have a good time.